So, John Wick Chapter 4. This will be my non-spoiler review. Goodness me, what a fantastic film this truly was. Just to kind of state from the off, I'm really tired. It's really late, so my energy levels are not going to be amazing. I know people will suddenly assume that if you're not like, yeah, you hate the film. So, I really love this film, but fuck, I'm shattered. Right, it was a long film. But you didn't feel the length of it, and that was sort of perfect segue off right there. This is a long film. Long film. Again, runs at 2 hours, 49 minutes. You don't feel it. The action sequences are utterly non-stop. Just beat, just one after the other. And you don't feel bad pacing. It all feels as it should. This has earned its runtime. Whether that's because it's the fourth movie that's written expertly, the set pieces and the choreography is just so expertly done. Whatever it is, it's an amalgamation. But the pace was great. It was really good. Now, of course, we've got Keanu Reeves back in the role of John Wick, the Baba Yaga. Great. Loved it. Really good. He just rocks this role. He really does. Yeah, there's limited speech. Yeah, there's limited acting. There's a lot of action. But yeah, he rocks it. And you know, for a guy of his age doing this, holy shit. He does more stuff than most people half his age can do. Really good. Great to see Lawrence Fishburne as well. The Bowery King. And that laugh. So good. So good. Now, I will have to refer to my little chart of cast for some of the brand new people, because I'm not going to remember some of these names off the top of my head. But we had Hiroyuki Sanada, okay, big heavy hitter in this film in terms of acting. I was really looking forward to seeing him. Doesn't disappoint. Really good. And his daughter is played by Rina Sawayama, who plays Akira, right? She's like a pop star, a British pop star or something like that. Never heard of her before. Actually keen to see what she does next. Genuinely keen to see what she does. It's one of those weird times where you're like, pop star, whatever. And then you're like, oh, alright then. Oh, yeah, it works. I'm keen to see it. Keen to see it. Now, we get Clancy Brown, the Kurgan himself. He's in the trailer. Love seeing him. So good to see him in stuff again. He's got such that sort of just deep, charismatic voice, screen presence. It's all there. Great to see Clancy Brown. We've got Ian McShane and Lance Reddick, of course. Lance Reddick, this is his final performance. This is, as far as I'm aware, it's his final film. I've got to say, it was almost poetic. Genuinely, it was almost poetic what happened in this film and how it panned out with Sharon, the character. Lance Reddick will be missed. He's a force of acting. He was really good in everything. Even the shit things he was in, he was great. I'm looking at you, Resident Evil. Ian McShane, he rocks this role. He always rocked this role. Winston, he knocks his socks off. Really good performance. Now, few others, and I'll get to Donnie Yen in a minute. We've got Scott Adkins playing Killer, like the German head or department of the high table. He was epic. Nothing quite prepared me for him in this role. It was both funny, brutal, excellent, all in one. There are so many action set pieces in this with different people doing different things. You just like the mind of Chad Stahelski writing and directing. Well, not writing, but choreographing a lot. Just goddamn, they really do this stuff great. It's utterly amazing. Now, a few others worthy of note. So you got Bill Skarsgård, the Marquis de Glamour. Oh, that's my terrible French accent. Really liked him. His French was sort of accent took a little bit to get used to, because he didn't say rule, he said wool with a W. Took a little while to get used to it, like a second, and I'm like, oh yeah, cool. His character is actually really good in this. Skarsgård doesn't get enough work. He really doesn't. He's known as the, you know, the It Clown and stuff, but he's excellent. Excellent in this. Truly excellent. Now, Donnie Yen is the other individual that a lot of people will be looking forward to seeing. He's great with his action. Like, genuinely, second to none, the action's great. I don't know whether I completely... So, on the lead up to this film being made, he came out and said, yeah, you know, I got Chad Stahelski to change the name and change my outfits. He is dressed awfully like the guy from The Hangover, though. Right? Sorry, but I couldn't quite get that image out my head. And I was like, why did you do that? So, anyway, a bit weird that he got Chad Stahelski to change his dress. I mean, he looks slick, but he does look like the guy from The Hangover, right? Wearing the same kind of sunglasses, sort of, you know, high turtleneck, that sort of thing. It's a bit like, okay, it's a bit same. But his performance in this doesn't match his acting, right? His action. His acting doesn't match his action. The action's great. He is a force with his action, right? Just second to none, amazing. He's Donnie Yen, right? You don't question his action's superb, but his acting, I honestly felt, did fall a little bit flat. Amongst so many other great performances, his performance wasn't quite up there, but his action makes up for it. So I'll give him that, right? Anyway, that's the bulk of the cast covered. I don't really want to talk about anyone else, to be honest. No one else really worth talking about. Everyone else was great. Everyone else was fine. I'm looking at it now. Yeah, fine. Don't really want to talk about anyone else. Halle Berry wasn't in this. She's on the cast list, but she wasn't in this. Oh, there was special note. Shamir Anderson and his dog. Loved that. That was really good. I'm keen to see what Shamir Anderson does next. He was really, really good in this. Anyway, I think most people thought Halle Berry. I keep saying Halle Bailey because of the Little Mermaid. They thought she was going to be in this because of the dog, but it's actually Shamir Anderson's dog, the tracker. So, let's get down to the brass taxes. What I really, really liked. Action. You're never going to see another action film quite like this again. Of course, there's the ballerina coming out, I get it, but these are a breed of their own, right? Chad Stahelski, he'll go off and do other things, I'm sure, and they'll be equally as good. But without Chad Stahelski, you're just not going to get this kind of stuff on the big screen. This is an event film. You watch it on the big screen and you're just blown away. You're having a great time. It's brutal, it's funny, it's amazing, it's jaw-dropping. Genuinely is. It's an event film. And you won't get stuff like this on the big screen again. It's so rare. I mean, you will, but it's so rare. So the action was just superb. The music was surprisingly good, and at times did remind me a little bit of The Matrix, which Chad Stahelski had been on The Matrix, worked on The Matrix. And you know, you pick a little bit up of the sort of industrial beats coming through, and you're like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool. Like, it reminded me a little bit of it, but you know, I think the music from the first John Wick was a little bit better. In certain scenes, there's the nightclub scene with that track by Collider, I think. And yeah, like, I don't know, it doesn't quite match the first one in terms of the music, but it's up there and it's really good anyway. Performances were absolutely great. But the real take home from these films, and this one especially, is, and I mean this as sincerely as possible, if you've stayed this long to the review, the real reason above everything else that you go to watch this movie, this will sound dumb to a lot of people, but to me, you honestly will not see a more beautiful film. You just won't. John Wick has the best cinematography of any film you'll see this year. And I genuinely mean that. The cinematographers that they have on these films are just fucking spectacular. Every frame is beautiful. Every frame is meticulously planned out, marked out. The rule of thirds are being kept to. Pan angles. It is just utterly, utterly amazing. The lighting, the grading. It's so insanely beautiful. And brutal and bloody all at the same time. There is some like CGI blood in this, but it's so minor. Like, you don't really notice it because it's done so well. Other things Worthy of note. It's just, it's a bloody good film. You should go watch this film. You really should go watch this film. Yeah. I don't think you'd be disappointed. This is a very, very, very good film. Shame Lance Reddick passed as well. That is, yeah, a true shame. But this film, beautiful. Beautiful on screen. And brutal. All at the same time. There is one particular scene, ties in with the cinematography as well, where they almost do like a top-down Sims view. But they've obviously got this on the camera on a pretty big rig, where they're dropping down and up and looking bird's eye view. It's so good. I have never seen that used in this way before, ever. Truly, ever. And I'll say this, Dragon's Breath, epic. Fucking epic. It's a great film through and through. So anyway, let me know what you think down below if you've seen this film. I'm shattered, so sorry, but I wanted to get this review out to you as quickly as possible. This is a must-watch this weekend. Go watch it. You can hear all the spoilers you want. Nothing will compare to watching it on the big screen. It's a beautiful film. And brutal. All at the same time. But let me know what you think down below. Cheers, guys. Take care.